Last year, late August of 2023, family blogger Ruby Franke, known for her YouTube channel 8 Passengers, and her friend, who we knew as her Connections business partner, Jodi Hildebrandt, were arrested after Ruby's 12-year-old son escaped Jodi's residence in Ivins, Utah, and ran to the neighbor for help.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. And he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and he's emaciated, he's got tape around his legs, he's hungry, and he's thirsty.
The boy and his 10-year-old sister were being kept in a concentration camp setting inside Jodi's home and were found to be severely emaciated and malnourished in need of immediate medical care. For years, there have been suspicions of child abuse from Ruby sharing her parenting methods on YouTube. Withholding food was not uncommon, along with making her oldest son sleep on a beanbag for months and sending him to a wilderness camp, and much, much more.
I don't know. You tell me what you're feeling.
Mad.
Mad?
Because I really won't get anything this summer. I won't be able to go anywhere. No, I don't have any friends.
My kids think they're so funny and they're not.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October.
After Franke's YouTube channel came to a halt, she joined Jodi Hildebrandt as a life coach for a group called Connections, where they shared relationship and parenting advice based heavily on extreme Mormon beliefs. Their controversial videos and advice also led people to be suspicious of what happened when all the cameras were off.
She just said, which is, I'm responsible for her. When the reality is, I'm never responsible for her. Never. Even if she were 2, I'm not responsible for how she chooses to perceive and then how she chooses to feel.
The awful truth came to light when Ruby's 12-year-old son got the courage to escape and save himself and his little sister. Finally, on February 20th, 2023, Ruby Franke and Jodi Hildebrandt were both sentenced to 4 consecutive counts on aggravated child abuse, with the overall sentence totaling 4 to 60 years, capped at 30 years. The parole board will have the final say in the sentencing. Both Ruby and Jodi made statements during their sentencing, which I'd like to share and react to now.
Judge Wall.
You don't have to bend down.
Okay, thank you. I would like to make a statement without any intent to change my stipulated sentence. For the past 4 years, I've chosen to follow counsel and guidance that has led me into a dark delusion. My distorted version of reality went largely unchecked as I would isolate from anyone who challenged me. I was led to believe that this world was an evil place, filled with cops who control, hospitals that injure, government agencies that brainwash, church leaders who lie and lust, husbands who refuse to protect, and children who need abused. My choice to believe and behave this paranoia culminated into criminal activity for which I stand before you today ready to take accountability. Jodi Hildebrandt was never my business partner, nor was I ever employed by her. I have never received wages from her or Connections. Jodi was employed as my son's counselor in 2019, and in 2020 I paid her to be my mentor.
Ruby's acting like she is taking accountability, but at the same time, she's placing a lot of blame. And an interesting piece of information is that she's saying that her and Jodi were not business partners and she was never paid by Connections, which I feel like everybody was under the impression that they were. I don't know how true that is, but this is what she said in her statement.
Important to me to demonstrate my remorse and regret without blame. I take full accountability for my choices, and it is my preference that I serve a prison sentence. Thank you to the officers in Santa Clara and the Ivins City Police, Nick Hellman, Brian Palufo, Cy Pickuvit, Mike Pondoyo in Tobler, John Ward, Dee Lewis, and Chief Flowers. You were the angels who came and saved my children. I especially want to thank Detective Jay Bate. She plucked me out of a situation I didn't know how to get out of. And the moment she handcuffed me was the moment I gained my freedom. You were not the controlling ones. I was. Thank you to the medical staff at Intermountain Hospital. Your skill, tenderness, and professionalism helped heal my children. Jodi and I inflicted the injuries, not the hospital. Thank you to DCFS, the Children's Justice Center, Judge Basil, and other key adults. You've gathered my children under your wing and offered them love, compassion, encouragement. You were not the ones who were doing the brainwashing. Thank you to my Bishop Tom Hawks and my state president Jim Nelson for reminding me of the Lord's love for the lost. So much pain and suffering would have been avoided had I followed and heeded your counsel. I was the one who was deceived, not you. Thank you to the Washington County Prosecutor's Office, Ryan Sham, the legal assistants and discovery clerks. Eric Clark, you exemplified to me how justice and mercy are meant to coexist. My charges are just. They offer safety to my family, accountability to the public, and they did show mercy to me. Thank you to my attorney Lamar Winward and his staff. I would not be where I am today without them. Thank you to Randy Kester for your limitless energy in healing my family. My dear friends, Pam and Roy, I'm so sorry for letting you down. Because of your association with me, your innocence was called into question. My mother-in-law, father-in-law, Kevin's family, my cousins, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, and neighbors, you all saw the warning signs long before I did, and you did what you could. You wanted to help, but I pushed you away. My mother and father, I have been utterly wretched to you. You have offered me unconditional love, and for that I have offered you unconditional contempt. My siblings and their spouses, because of my decision to roll around in a pigsty, I have dragged your families through the mud in public. Yet, when I desired to return as a prodigal sister, unlike the prodigal's brother in the Bible, you synced step with my parents and ran out to greet me. Your capacity to love is unprecedented. Kevin, my husband of more than 23 years, you are the love of my life. I'm so sorry to leave to you to finish what we both started together. The ending of our marriage is a tragedy. And you are wrapped around my heart in a knot I'll never be able to undo. To my babies, my 6 little chicks, you were part of me. I was the mama duck who was consistently watering you to safety. I can see now, over the past 4 years, I was in a deep undercurrent that led us to danger. I never went into darkness knowingly. I was so disoriented that I believed dark was light and light was wrong. I would do anything in this world for you. My willingness to sacrifice all for you was masterfully manipulated into something very ugly. I took from you all that was soft and safe and good. I took from you your mother. How terrifying this must have been for you. I will stop crying. You're hurting your tender souls. You're so precious to me. I'm sorry. My choice to live in fear of the world has created a great vulnerability and a blind spot for me, where I have broken hearts and I've caused people to suffer and I have betrayed sacred trust. Watching my community respond to my charges with justice and mercy and grace and love is not enough evidence to know how wrong I've been. This world is full of really good people. And finally, I'm sorry for twisting God's word and distorting his doctrines. My greatest desire is to stand in his court someday spotless and confident. And Judge Walton, I know that standing before you today is a necessary step towards that end. Thank you to you and your staff for facilitating my opportunity to take accountability and to answer for my charges. I am humbled and willing to serve a prison sentence as long as it takes to continue unraveling all of the misinformation I have believed and bought, swallowed, and acted out, and for my family to heal and for the community to heal. And I understand this is going to take time. I'm committed to continuing my learning until all of my toxic layers are shed, and I am ready to re-enter as a contributing member of our beautiful society. Thank you, Judge Bolton.
In my personal opinion, I feel like she's more sorry that she's going to prison and that she got caught than anything. Maybe there is some remorse there, but I feel like she's a very good actor. And I've just never heard anybody giving like a thank you speech during their sentencing. She's acting like she's some sort of martyr and just doing the right thing. I don't get it. And now here is Jodi Hildebrandt's statement.
Ms. Hildebrandt? Go ahead.
I sincerely love these children. I desire for them to heal physically and emotionally. One of the reasons I did not go to trial is that I did not want them to emotionally relive the experience which would have been detrimental to them. My hope and prayer is that they will heal and move forward to have beautiful lives. I am willing to submit to what the state feels would be an appropriate amount of time served to make retribution as an outcome.
And in answer to your question, Your Honor, I knew that whatever she might say to the author of the pre-sentence report would probably sound hollow and self-serving, and perhaps it does today. But I know that my client, in the statement that she makes to the court today, that statement is absolutely sincere.
Oh, her statement made me so angry. She should have never said that she loved the children, because she didn't love the children. She abused those poor children. And I just feel like her statement, again, she is feeling more sorry for herself, but she's trying to make it seem like and sound like she is going to do what's right. And the whole reason why she didn't go to trial is to protect the kids. So again, putting herself on a pedestal when what she did was just unspeakable. Also, each attorney did say that their client was being very sincere, which that's their job. I get it, but I just don't think I would ever be able to do that. Like, I don't think I'd ever be able to defend a criminal like that. I also just want to quickly talk about Kevin Franke, the father, really quick. I do not feel like he is innocent in the least. I feel like he had to know something was going on, something was wrong, and I feel like he failed those children. And I just want to share this clip really quickly of him in the courtroom during the sentencing, where he is shaking his head yes in agreement with the judge.
This circumstance
when he
is
failed
tragic.
those children. He failed to protect those children
Largely,
himself.
of
So
course, of
it's
your
just,
making,
he's
by any
in
measure,
the wrong, in my opinion.
Your conduct in this case was disastrous for these children. Adults are supposed to protect children.
Thanks so much for watching, and please share your thoughts below. I'll be back with another video soon. Bye.